330, 340 every year, and he had some power. But
he was fun. I mean,
it's a shame that he was just a utility ball player.
Oh, when he was down in fantasy camp, I mean, even at that age, I mean, he was pretty good at shortstop. His hands were quick as anything, and people didn't realize all that. And and then we became real good friends, and then he started selling his title insurance in New York and did quite well, and lived up in Connecticut. And then we used to go. He used to play in a lot of golf, Yogi's golf tournament all the time, and that's where he had his first stroke at Yogi's golf tournament.
I don't remember that. I know.
He fell.
But Yogi was,
he had the stroke. Yeah, he
Bill's
really
a great guy. We're gonna miss him, and baseball will miss him. And miss Yogi. I mean, Yogi was my guy. Because I used to come in probably with a hangover every now and then. And Yogi, I go to Yogi, I ate too much candy. I don't feel well. You're playing. I played 161 ball games. He kept me in there every day. And that's the year I hit 100 RBIs. I had 28 home runs with Yogi, 1964. So Yogi was my guy. He believed in me. He kept me in there against left-handers. He just made me play every day.
Yeah, I think
he must have saw all my talent.
We definitely saw a little bit talent. So I think we should officially announce that we're live, boys. And Lisa, how are you, Lisa?
Good. How are you?
Good. Lisa is the administrator of Yankees Daily, one of the largest Yankees fan group on Facebook.
She's Lisa Diane, I think.
She was kind enough to bring up Joe Pepitone for us. Hey, Joe, how are you?
All right, sweetheart. I love you.
Tell you. I got one story.
Irene loves you. Irene is feeling better, and she loves you, Lisa.
Oh, good.
Awesome. Ron, you have a story you want to start off with? I think they muted Ron. Well, you know what? Then I'm going to go ahead because I want to talk to Joe Pepitone about. I want to take it back to the beginning. Okay, back where you started. There was no draft back in the day.
You're something else. Let me tell you something here. That was 50 years ago. I'm 80 years old. I can't remember what happened yesterday.
I know, but I understand that. But I want to go back to your sign.
I'm only kidding.
Spring training. You made it you're in the minor leagues for 4 years. You made it to the major leagues in spring of 1962, Fort Lauderdale. You walk into the Yankees clubhouse and you first see Yogi Berra, bringing it back to Yogi Berra. So what was that?
Well, all the guys, when I first went into 1962, is the year I really made that club. I hit 9 home runs in spring training, and it was a great feeling. But that's the first time I got to know Mickey and all those guys and everything like that. A great bunch of guys. But I guess my charisma thing was because I grew up that way. My father died when he was 39 years old.
Right.
And once he was gone, I was on my own. And my mother really took care of me, but she couldn't handle me like he could. He'd just give me a look. And I knew when to shut up. But that was a big thing in my life when my father passed away. But when I went away, instead of being depressed, I was very depressed when my father died. As a matter of fact, my mother had to call my friends in to come and drag me out of the house and take me to Coney Island and have a hot dog, But it's just, but they did. And going back to, to the minor league experience, my first year was great. I was away from home. That's when I first met Phil Linz. But then after that, that 1 month I played down there, I had a little experience of minor league baseball. Next year, I went to the Northern League, and where the heck was I? In Fargo, North Dakota. They really made sure I was out of New York. So they sent me to Fargo, and I had a real good year. I led the league in doubles and triples, and his few home runs. You could see my power coming. I was a spray hitter at that time. And then from there, had a good year. They sent me to Binghamton, and I got a taste of a slider at that time and knew what a slider looked like. And I didn't have a great year, but they give me the double-A ball. Double-A ball, I hit 315 and hit some power and all that. And that's when I went up to New York. So it was just a great feeling. When I got to New York, They greeted me. They remembered me. You know, I won a few ball games for her in '62.
Yes, you did.
And when I got up there in '63, I won a first base job. Muscaron was traded to the Dodgers.
Yep.
And I had a good year, my first year, you know, and I had 272. I had 27 home runs, you know, and drove in 89 runs. So that was a good year for my rookie year.
No, that's
So then that was a great thing. But then with Mantle and them and all, they couldn't understand me because I just loved to have fun, you know, and these guys were really serious about the game, you know. I mean, they were good. Mickey was the greatest teammate in the world, you know,
right.
and he took a hold of me right away. And my locker was right next to his. They put the top rookie next to the superstar.
Mhm.
And so Mantle did that. I used to come in with my hair dryer. They never seen a hair dryer in
Yes, you were
baseball,
the
and I
first
put it in the hair
person.
dryer. And I remember I was going to the Copenhagen Banner that night. I was just in a black
And the
suit
dark over here. Why am I?
right after a ball game. How's that, Nick, to talk? Get him off the air.
I know, Nick.
I'm in the dark over here. Get me.
Shut up. Fine.
What the fuck is this?
Well, wait a minute. I just finished my story.
Oh, wait a minute. I can't see you.
Since you
Open
just
up
made
your
it,
eyes.
There you go.
Come on,
You
bro.
know, you know what? You always got to interrupt.
I know you
I
made
was
such an
talking about
entrance. I
Mickey
guess we
Mantle.
should introduce Nick Turturro, everybody.
Yeah, but that's your fault.
Hi, Nick.
And we also have former Governor Patterson with us as well, another Yankee fan from Brooklyn. We got Brooklyn in the house. This is amazing.
See, Joe?
Hey, before Nick,
I'm
before
in,
you
I'm in
talk
trouble
to Joe,
now. We got a governor on here.
wait, before the first time I came up to New York in 1969, I came up the last 30 days. I'm 18 years old. I see all the ball players, and there was a uniform and there was a locker. There was a player was missing. Joe Pepitone was missing from the Yankees. I don't know if you remember this in '69. Ralph was your manager, and you went out fishing for 4 days, and they didn't know where you were. You remember that?
Do I remember that? I didn't remember when I was on. Don't let me get into that, please.
I remember coming up.
Yes, I remember that. Johnny, who was it? Who was the manager at the time?
No, it was Ralph.
Ralph.
Howell. It was Howell.
Ralph Halk, right. And I just didn't want to play. I was fed up with this, you know, the team was terrible, you know. And I led the club in home runs that year with 29, 28. But I mean, like, the team was terrible. And was just down and all that stuff. And I heard rumors about I might be traded and this and that. So I just said, the heck, I'm going to go fishing for a few days. So I took off. I deserved it.
Speaking of being traded, you were in the Astros, then you went to the Cubs. What do you remember most about your experience with the Cubs? Because you were there for a couple of years, right?
My
'Cause I see
Cubs
you're wearing a Cubs
is my,
hat. I'm a little
that was my,
disappointed.
I got it right on now, man.
I know, I'm a little
My
disappointed.
Cubs were,
I
I hit 300 for the first time in the majors, really.
I know,
and,
1971.
But just with the great ball players, are you going to let me talk or are you going to keep talking? I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding.
No.
Who's
give
that?
it to her. Joe, give it to her. She could
That the
take it.
governor? No, let me talk to the girl. Wait a minute. I want to apologize. I was only kidding.
Oh, no, that's okay. You know, Joe, when I started watching baseball, I was 7 years old in 1961. So I watched the Yankees because there were no Mets then. And what I remember about you is you were a first baseman, but sometimes you played center field. I couldn't believe that somebody who played
Well, I
first
came
base-
up. I was in the minor league career. I was a center fielder.
Yeah, it was amazing.
All my years in the minors. And when I came up, you know, you have Mickey and Roger and right, Mickey and center, Ellie and Tommy Tresh had left. And I won that first base job. I knew I learned how to play first base, and believe it or not, in grammar school. You know, I used to challenge the kids in box ball to try to cut first base, and they do that to give them a nickel. You know, but this, so I was always used to playing the bag and all that stuff. So, but first base was really easy for me. I loved it. I won 3 Gold Gloves, and then I should have won more, but I went to center field for 2 years, and Mickey went to first. I was worried about Mickey. I thought it'd be harder on his legs playing first base than it would be in center field.
Because you
But
move
he-
around more.
Yeah, he looked pretty good at first.
Yeah. Oh, man.
You know, Mantle said, I want to go to first. He goes to first.
Were you a good center fielder, Joe?
Oh,
What's
he's
that?
the best.
Were you a good center fielder?
Yeah,
I was a real good center fielder,
yeah.
you know, but I mean, that's, you know, don't forget, you had to be a good center fielder playing Yankee Stadium then. It was
Right.
461 in center field. Left center was 457. Right center was 411. I covered a lot of ground out there because I had Yogi and Ellie out there with me, you know, so I had to cover a lot of ground.
How
He
was
was
your
like-
arm? Did you have a good arm?
Anything
play.
else you want to know, Nikki? You should know better.
The
I'm asking
animal. We
you,
call
Joe.
Nick the
Ellie?
animal.
I'm making conversation with you. I talk to you enough.
My
What
old
else?
lady's saying that I'm yelling,
Who?
but you know, Irene,
You're good. You're good, Joe.
You're good, Joe. You're not yelling.
You're good. We just talk loud. You know that.
she's got to interrupt.
I just want you guys to know me and Joe have a very special relationship.
I told him.
I know. Are we talking about having a book out? Are you going to create a movie based on his book?
Something
What's going
like
on?
that. Yeah, something. like
Really? Is there anything you can tell
that.
us?
You want to hear something funny? I called him up years ago. He was flattered, whatever. Why does this kid like me?
Listen to the way we talk,
And
how our voice sounds. Think about the movie we're going to make.
I love it.
but we've never
I always wanted to do a movie
physically
and
we
become
never
a
physically
wise
met.
guy.
Our relationship is from the phone for like 10 years.
Really?
That's right.
So
never
what was
met
that
them.
first, when you guys first met? When did you guys first meet in person?
No, I never met him physically. I saw
Never.
him.
We
when I
would
was
be,
I saw him when I was a doorman one time. I was a doorman at the St. Moritz, and he was down the
That's
street at
something.
Mickey Mantle's.
Isn't
Right.
that
And I,
something?
looked, I had a good eye. I used to see everybody. I said, "Holy shit, that's Joe Pepitone," because he had that freaking hair he had. But I didn't
It was
go
mine
down-
at the time.
or whatever it was. But I was always fascinated by him because I read his book one time in grade school. And then I rediscovered the book. It's like one of the best baseball books that
Yeah.
people
Joey
don't
could
talk
have made us
about.
proud.
It's
That
a
was-
beautiful
How about,
book.
hey, Ronnie, how about
Yeah.
that? In grade school, he read my book.
Yeah, how did he, how, wait a second,
I
animal.
really feel old now.
Yeah, we call Nick the animal. He's the animal. He's a Yankee animal right here. We gotta, hey, Nicholas, you couldn't read his book in grammar school.
Maybe I'm exaggerating. Maybe
Yeah,
it was.
you are
my-
exaggerating.
I don't remember.
This
I
is
can't
in
remember shit.
kindergarten. In kindergarten, you were.
I'm almost 60 anyway, Ronnie. I'm getting old.
Are you really
How
almost
old are
60
you?
years old?
Happy belated birthday.
Thank you. I'm 59.
Exactly.
When you gonna be 60?
What the heck? I'm only 20
Turning
years
59.
old.
What do you mean when am I
Wait. Joe has to sing happy birthday. People don't
He did,
realize.
he did. Joe sings good. I got him singing on the tape.
Oh, people don't realize he could dance, he could sing, and he could cook. And people don't realize that. Ask him about going to Toots Shores, about, you used to go to Toots Shores quite a bit, didn't you? With
Me?
Yeah.
Of course.
I used to go in there till I seen some big superstars, and I wouldn't go in there anymore. I wanted to be like that guy.
What was that like, Joe?
I hung out what?
What was Toots Shore? What was the scene like?
Not Toots Shores, but I was in there a couple of times, you know. Jackie Gleason used to be in there. Mickey used to go there a lot. Billy Martin. They hung out there at night, you know. But
Right.
that's those guys, you know. But I never did that. I hung out with my guys.
But Joe, when you walked in the room, you're Joe Pep.
I know. You
You're
lit
not-
up that
you're not
room.
good. You had
Well, I
to
used
be,
I used to walk into a place, me and Phil Ince, and Phil would go on the phone and see if Joe Pepitone is around, you know, just
Right.
to let people know we were there.
the thing that people don't realize when you say that name, Joe Pepitone,
But you stop.
it resonates.
you know.
It resonates with a lot of people. That name resonates.
It
I
does.
told you, I
realize-
have no money. I can't send you anything for
Doesn't
talking nice
matter.
about me.
Doesn't
The
matter.
impact
What?
that you had made on people then and now is incredible. My
I
dad
know.
used to wear
That's
number
why I say this man
25.
is so special.
I got two granddaughters, little babies, going on what, 3? Going on 3. You know what they call me? Joe Pep.
No, do they?
That's the first words out of their mouth was, I kept saying Joe Pep. They, instead of saying Papa, Papa, I said Joe Pep, Joe Pep. And now they're bigger and they say Joe Pep. I love
Joe,
it.
look,
Love it. Look at
There he
that.
is.
there's the guy.
Oh, look
Yeah.
at
That
you.
handsome Italian.
Where do you have that hanging, in the bathroom?
No, in my Yankee room, the sports room.
Joe, you mentioned,
Look at you.
Love that guy.
Joe, you mentioned Phil Linz a couple of times. And the first thing it made me think of, and I hate to say this, I think I'm right about this. Phil Linz was the only player in Major League history who, in his last time at bat as a baseball player, hit into a triple play.
Phil Lynch?
I
Yeah.
never knew that.
I don't remember that. I don't know.
Well,
Probably
he's
That
one of
may
my-
be when he's with the Philadelphia Phillies.
yeah.
Oh, no, I don't remember that. I don't even remember when he was with the Yankees, my man.
So, Joe, being from Brooklyn, what was it like playing in the Bronx?
Well, same thing, Bronx and Brooklyn. You get it's same thing, you know. I just, coming from Brooklyn, man, I had so many fans. I remember the one time I got into a fight against Cleveland,
Mhm.
right? And 8 of my friends were locked up, jumping onto the field from Brooklyn, in that fight. They all got in trouble. So being in Brooklyn, I loved it. I just such a great, I had to say, experience growing up in Brooklyn. It was just a lot of things, a lot of good times growing up there, and a lot of good people. I lived in an Italian Irish neighborhood,
Right.
and everybody knew each other. My grandfather gave gallons of wine to everybody. That's the way it was then, And I remember just people really coming together with each other, helping each other. If somebody needed something alone, what are you looking that way for? You were looking straight at me. Don't say you look to the side.
Me?
Who are you
I
looking
like
at?
people
Dick?
looking at me when I'm talking.
Dick, you're not looking at him. You got to look at him.
Gotta look at him.
I think it's your habit, Irene. My wife is the same thing. I talk to her, she looks the other way.
I hate that.
But see,
Nicky, I don't know, Nick.
Nick, tell Joe
I'm
that
getting
once
yelled
you're a
at by
Yankee,
Joe Pepitone.
once you're a Yankee and you could be out of baseball for 40, 50 years and they love him like they do now.
I'll tell
And
you.
it's really amazing that he could walk down the street in New York, Brooklyn, or
That's unreal.
Bronx,
It really, it's
and
amazing
they
to
love
me.
him. And they love him.
It's amazing.
And-
It's amazing to me that I'm out here in Jersey now, and I walk into places, and somebody is going to say, "Joe, hey, Joe Pepitone,"
That's incredible.
And first thing I say, "Do I owe you money?"
Hey,
That's
Joe,
the first thing. I'm waiting to hear one of those wise guy voices. "Hey, Joe, you owe me money." You know what I'm talking about?
hey, Joe, how come you, with that great name, how come you never opened the pizzeria? Joe
Nicky, I
Pepitone-
know you wanted to be a baseball player
Well,
all
you
your
had a
life,
sports bar in Chicago. Did you
and
not?
I wanted
Chicago.
to be an
I know.
actor. I want
Joe,
to be
why
an
did-
actor. I
Why
want
did
to
you
be.
ever open a pizzeria? Joe Pepitone's, come on.
He
Joe
does in New
Pesci.
London,
Why don't
Pepe's.
you open a
You know that
pizzeria?
Pepe's in New
No, I'm
London?
talking about Joe Pepitone.
I had a restaurant. I had a restaurant in New
You had a
York. My
bar.
mother
You had a
ran
In
bar.
it.
Chicago,
mother
he had a
ran it.
bar in Chicago. It was the best to go in, but you couldn't go in. It was too dark. You don't know if you're going to get mugged or slugged in there.
Oh, yeah, listen to him. But I had in Chicago. I had 2 clubs, and in New York, I had a big restaurant. My mother, ran it. She used to be the cook, and I remember she always asked me, "Where's the money for the vegetables?" I was out that night spending it.
Oh,
Well, it was a great. Let me
yeah.
tell you
Hey,
something.
that's a great
Growing up
number.
in Brooklyn, and my
Number
friends,
25, what a
the
great
ones
number.
my friends that are still alive today were from Brooklyn, and we still know each other. We still reminisce, and it's that's the greatest feeling in the world for me when I'm around those people.
Yeah.
I've had great friends in baseball with the Yankees. I mean, they were all friends. We were close. We were family. baseball, I'm not a big baseball fan anymore. Baseball to me has changed so much that it took away everything that I was raised on being as a ball player. Even though there's times I swayed the other way, but it was a game. It was a game the way it's supposed to be played. You know, we paid $7,500. I had a job after the season, but you know, we played hard. We slid. We broke up double plays, and we never talked to the other teams. Now you got these guys kissing each other. You don't know whether they're going to ballroom dance or what. You know, it's not baseball, and it's hard for me to watch. Your guys making $20 million playing like that. You know, play the game. You know, I understand why. I do understand why they have to be that way, and they have to watch out for the players because of so much money invested in them. You know, they can't get hurt and they can't do things. They got to play the game easier. You know, it's not baseball. You know, I'm right about hockey now. You know, it's a couple of fights, this and that.
But you know, hey, let me tell you something. Ask Joe about, you know, he's hitting 300 and they gave him like a $300-400 raise. And you have to negotiate for 6 months to get that $300-400.
What raise? I kept owing the team money.
Well, what'd you do with your signing bonus? $25,000 when you signed in 1958.
Oh, you must have read up on me, didn't you?
No,
You
I
really
just
read
told
up on
things.
me.
You know.
No, you're bad. Well, by 20,000, I got 25,000. And
What a T-bird.
of course, my father had just passed away. So my mother would do anything for me. So without a license, I went out with my mother. No, I saw this 1958 Thunderbird. First four passenger Thunderbird. And I called my mother up. I had my jeans on, all ripped and everything. just inside, I told Mom, I want this car. Joe, wait, no, I want the car. That's it. I want the car. So $4,000 cash, brand new Thunderbird.
Nice.
And I took that car, took it home, and I had to report to spring training. So without my
Then what
mother knowing it, I jumped in the car and took off with no license and nothing. Went to spring training. On the way to spring training, I saw this nice bass boat. I said, man, how much is a bass boat? So I had my check down. Give me the boat. Put it on the back of my Thunderbird. You don't carry a boat on a Thunderbird. I put it on the deck of the Thunderbird, go a little further. I'm only about 80 miles out of Bartow, Florida. And I see this kennel, and I see this German Shepherd. So I get the German Shepherd, and I put him in a boat and drove down to spring training. And now I'm halfway down. Now I'm going up. It's a Sunday morning, and I pull up in front of this hotel where I'm supposed to be. And all the players are outside ready to go to church. And this one guy, his name is Tommy Gott. So I yell out right out of Brooklyn, yo, is Tommy Gott there? And this guy comes over, he goes, you must be Peppertone. I says, yeah. I said, yeah, I am. I said, why? You worried about me? Yeah, we know you just signed this and that. He says, well, what are you doing? What are you down here on vacation or play ball? I said, a little of each. That didn't go over too good. The Yankees sent down some of these security guys. They took the boat, they took the car, and they left me the dog.
Oh no.
And I even before I even got to spring training, I went by this lake and there was a cabin for rent, and I rented out the cabin. and I was supposed to be with the ball club. So he said, come on, get yourself a room. I said, no, I got a house over there on the lake. And that's the start of Joe Pepitone's career.
See, great story. Aren't you glad
I never got over that. People still, the Yankees said, how'd you live this long? I don't know.
But the best part, you still got your Eldorado Cadillac?
No, I got rid of that.
Oh, that was a
I
best.
needed the
That was
money.
like,
I sold it to
14 feet
some guy.
long. That was 14 feet.
Everything I had, I got rid of.
Oh, you know what? Let me tell you something.
Three
We go to
wives.
Yankee Way. We go to
Three
Old
wives.
Timers Day.
The 1999 World Series ring.
I got rid of everything. I got rid of my money. I got this and that, and 3 wives.
Let me tell you something. We used to go to Old Timers Day. he used to have that. This is funny. I'm going to tell it like it is. We used to go down to, dress in the regular Yankee locker room. Okay. So Joe would always stay back in while we're taking BP. And you always wind up taking, some of Jeter's stuff and A-Rod stuff, didn't you? And you used to take it in your car. You took some stuff in your car, and then you left the game early and started selling some of the stuff out in the
What are you
parking
talking
lot.
about? Bats and this and that?
Yeah.
No.
Somebody told me you did.
You
I
know,
didn't see you.
Bloomberg, hey,
I didn't know. That's not true.
Hey,
That's
Okay.
how
Nick.
rumors start.
Yeah, just press this.
No, but he had the
1 minute.
largest car you have ever seen before in your whole life. And he used to drive it to Old Timers Day with the convertible down. It was the best. And you couldn't park it because the parking lots are too small. So I had to take up 3 parking lots to put his car in.
How do you remember all that stuff?
I remember that. What are you talking about?
Hey, Nicky,
Yeah,
Nick,
yeah.
Yeah.
listen, we got to put a hit on Ron.
When I'm running,
No, you don't. Nick, no.
What do
We're
you
brothers now. Hey, are we brothers?
but he calls me the animal, Joe.
Yeah, he's an
Hey, Nick.
animal. We're brothers.
Forget
We're
about
brothers.
it.
No. Joe and I, we've been brothers for like 30, 40 years. I knew Joe when I was 19 years old. Hey, Mary. Hey, Mary. We're 19 years. I was 19 years old when I was so excited to see him, but he didn't show up for the game. I was so excited.
who's
Hey,
this?
Joe, growing up in Brooklyn, were you a Yankee fan when you were growing up watching baseball?
Oh, yeah, my whole family. My uncle, who taught me a lot about the game, matter of fact, used to take me to tryouts. I was like 15 years old, going to tryouts, and we were lying about my age, and we go all over for tryouts. But he was the one that taught me everything. He would taught my backyard had all holes and bumps and this and that, and he would just fire a ground ball at me. And if I didn't stand in front of it, he'd come over and just give me a punch in the arm, a little black and blue on the leg, And he said, then he would tell me right after he did that, don't tell your father. But he made me really taught me about the game. He was a real great stickball player. And he was just my idol. He was he's my mother's brother, but he's just like just a young guy, really high on the game of baseball, and a big Yankee fan. And the reason, the Dodgers offered me much more money.
Yeah.
But being that my family was Yankee fans, I signed with the Yankees.
You had to.
I went to more Ebbets Field games than I did Yankee games.
So you played for the Yankees, you played for the Astros for a hot minute, the Cubs. What was it like playing in Japan?
None of your business.
Okay. There you have it, folks.
I didn't get along too well in Japan. I had good money. They made 3-year contract, real good money at the time. And I went there, and I was the only American on the club. Every team down there had 2 Americans on it. I got stuck with a Spanish guy who spoke nothing but Spanish.
Oh, really?
So, but it's just that it was just so tough. In the first game, I got in as a pinch hitter, and I won a ball game from with a double. They scored the winning run, and so they jumped on me. I was the next Sayonara O, whatever his name was. But everything went downhill after that. I was so homesick. I was so homesick. I just wanted to go home. I didn't want to play, but I needed the money. But no good. No good. Not good. That wasn't meant for me down there.
Joe, who was the best hitter you saw in your era? The best
In Japan?
No.
No, in your era. No. I mean, you played with Yogi and
Well,
Mary.
my idol,
Not your idol. No, not your idol.
Will you
Listen
let
what
me
I'm saying.
talk?
No, let me answer the
We're
question.
both getting yelled at.
Joe, let me ask the question. Who were the top, you would say, 5 hitters of your era?
I don't remember 5 hitters in my era.
I named 3.
I'm
Yankee.
old.
3.
The best when I came up, my
All-around
idol,
hitter.
my idol
I know
right?
you're right. All right.
was Al Kaline.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Al Kaline's the best all-around ball player, one of the best I've ever seen. He could do everything. Knew how to run the bases. He could throw. He could field. He could hit. He was the rookie of the year in his first year, and he MVP. Think about it.
Right.
Wow.
But you know him. You have to see him age play a lot. I didn't see him that much, but you just go by the records and everything. He was the best of all time. Even Mantle said that. Even Mantle said that. Mantle said Willie Mays was the best ball player ever,
Oh, and Randy.
and I believe him.
Yeah.
I believe him.
And looking back now, what you know now and how you played with Yogi, Roger Maris, Whitey Ford, Mickey Mantle, DiMaggio. What are your fondest memories, or what sticks out the most, or what was just something that just, I don't know.
I survived.
Okay. Yes, you survived. Thank God you survived.
No, let me tell you what I remember. I remember playing first base and turning around and look at Yankee Stadium and the greatest ball players that ever put on a baseball uniform.
Right.
That's what I remember. I remember like the chills I used to get my first few times up at Yankee Stadium, my first time up at bat. I was dying, and I just wanted to see one pitch. After that first pitch, for the rest of my career, I wasn't afraid anymore. It was just exciting. It's just a thing that you dream of, you know. But my dreams didn't consist of Mantle and all those guys. All of a sudden, here they were. They were all the gods. All the Yankees when I came up were the greatest ball players.
And who was you? You're young when you started. Who was your mentor?
And I destroyed every one of them.
I know you did.
He did.
And who was your like?
Listen, I had so much fun with them, and they loved me. You know, I
That's
would come
allowed,
in,
Joe Pat.
and I wanted but I would, like, even when I was a kid, I would sing in front of my aunts and my uncles. I wanted to show them that I could do things like that, you know. And even with the Yankees, to make friends, I wanted to have them like me. So I performed. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely.
I know everybody else knows what I mean.
I know. I get it. And Joe DiMaggio.
No, you don't. You keep looking. You got to stop looking down. You got to look at me.
I think
You got to cover her eyes. She's laughing.
God.
Eye contact, Natalie.
You're beautiful.
Make eye contact with Joe.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm looking at you. Joe DiMaggio paid you the biggest compliment that you had all the tools to be an incredible player.
Who?
Joe DiMaggio.
Oh, Joe is my man. Joe. I always said Joe was one of the main guys that got me to the major leagues. He really took me aside. He really liked me, you know, and he wasn't that way with anybody. I mean, there was very few people that Joe would talk to, you know, or sign an autograph for, you know.
I heard
And he would just, every time I'd be like spring training, he'd be down there. And I'll tell you one thing about Joe D. He used to like to fish. And he called me up, and we used to stay at the Yankee Stadium Motor Lodge, right across the street from the Yankee Clipper Hotel in Fort Lauderdale. And he said, well, call me at 6. We'll get together. We'll go, because I had to be at the ballpark like at 9, 9:30, 10 o'clock. So we go fish for a couple hours. He would take me with him fishing and down the Everglades and then all that. But then one time, a true story, when
Only one
he
true
had
story.
when he had Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe. And so this year, just before she died, and she was in Fort Lauderdale. Why are you making funny faces?
Who?
You're making funny faces.
No, that's just-
I'm
Don't make
listening.
funny faces at me. Anyway, he calls me up. He says, Joe,
You
come
never
on.
heard of Marilyn
He said, we'll
Monroe?
go fishing. Oh, man, the thing went off there.
Oh my
Get
God.
in the
Hold
light,
on.
Joe. In the dark.
Are you
There you go.
okay?
So I go up. He says,
know what he's doing wrong.
it's Irene. Did you see
Irene,
her?
hi.
She wanted to get on TV.
I want to see her. Say hi.
Huh?
Irene,
Irene, I want to say
Yeah, let's
hi.
just say hello. Come on. Irene wants to say hello. Irene just gave me a beating.
I'm still alive. How you doing,
Irene.
hon?
Yeah, yes.
Hi,
Hey, Nikki, how you
Irene.
feeling, honey?
I'm
Hey,
hanging
You
in.
love.
doing good?
How you
Okay.
doing?
All right, go sit
You look
down.
great.
Okay. Keep
You
quiet.
look great.
Thank you, honey. Take care.
Love you. Love you.
She's really been, does have a lot of problems right now with her. She just got, sugar is like 400, imagine.
From COVID.
But anyway, listen, what are we talking about?
Marilyn Monroe.
So,
Oh,
Dan,
Marilyn Monroe. Anyway,
You're
so
fishing.
just says, come up. So I go up and I knock on the door and Marilyn Monroe answers.
wow.
She's got a white terry cloth robe on
How'd
and a
she
white
look?
towel around her head.
How'd she look, Joe?
And she says, I says, hello. She says, I'm Marilyn. I said, oh, I know you're Marilyn. She says, come on in, Joe be right out. He's taking his shower. And I went in there and I like, and I heard him say, and he yelled out, Joe, I'll be right there. And I says, take your time. And she was so beautiful, no makeup and just a sweetheart, you know? And we talked a while. Joe came out and he said, let's go. I said, well, take your time. We got a lot of time. But no, he was just so great. So that's how I met her. And it was like and we went fishing, caught a couple of bass, and then I had to be at the ballpark. But he would praise me, you know. He said one time at Yankee Stadium, and I hate to brag about something, but I was up taking batting practice, right? And Joe came out, and I was up, and I hit some balls in the stands. And he came up, he says, I knew you were up at bat. I said, how'd you know? He said, from the sound of your bat.
Wow.
He said, from the sound of your bat. He says, not too many people have that sound. And, you know, and it was like a big
Absolutely.
compliment. And he meant it.
Tell a
And I got
good
some
hitter.
great pictures.
Yeah. You could tell a
But it
good
was,
hitter by the sound
that
of
was
the bat.
great, you know, that's good. But it's all over now. It was great while it lasted, you know, and God knows, we met a lot of good people in our career.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, life goes on, man. I'm 80. I feel like, you know, hey, I made it. You
You're
know,
still
after
making
50
it.
years.
But you know what? Hey, wait. We've been out of baseball a long time. But what Zoom has helped us with, and this virus has helped us with, is to reconnect with fans, Yankee fans, and that remembered us or did not remember us, and they looked us up, and we became people again. We became a player in their eyes again. So, you know, it's so much fun. When I was on this thing, and I have no idea what this thing is. And, you know, how do I do this? Hey, and what's a web root? I have no idea what that is. But anyway, what Joe has done, and what so many people were so excited to listen to Joe, and he brought so much excitement to the fans. And when I wrote about him, I wrote everything that was the truth. He was the best for baseball. He was an icon for people that wanted to be loose at all times. When he was in the clubhouse, the whole clubhouse was loose. Just like he would tell you, like Mickey Rivers and Oscar Gamble, when they used to do in fantasy camp, right? And that was like Joe. Joe, when he had Yankee, when he had Kangaroo Court, people had to pay the money for Kangaroo Court, and you knew Joe was going to take the money and run. So the people, so the people had to pay a fine.
It's so
We
bad.
never saw the money. Joe took the money and ran.
Turkey.
But hey, wait. It's
And
okay.
listen,
It's nothing wrong.
Irene said that was great, Ron. What are you talking about? You got part of the money.
I know it. Hey, I
Cool
had to.
story.
Who told you that?
I saw you doing
Why
it.
would you say something like that? Hey, Nikki,
Yeah.
Don't get
Hey,
me
Nick.
killed.
Yeah.
we got to put a hit on this kid.
Don't get me
Don't put
killed.
a hit on
Nick,
him.
I'm okay.
I gotta
No,
make
Nick's
a call.
going to be my
Just-
detective.
Just give him a part in your movie. I want to get a part in your
Yeah.
movie.
Joe is the Joe is the star of the movie.
You want to get a part of my movie?
We gotta get
I
somebody.
do, actually.
Did you say you want a part of my movie?
I do.
We gotta get somebody.
No
to play.
problem, honey. No problem.
My brother could play him as an older guy.
What?
But we gotta get
Oh,
somebody.
yeah, your
to play
brother
the
You
young-
John.
hey, you could wind up being my sixth wife.
Hey, whatever.
He has a thing for you.
Only,
Hey,
only
Nick,
kidding.
you've been talking to him for 10 years. Do you
Nah,
have
I
anything
need
concrete that
people-
might be working out?
Hey, Nikki, have I
Yeah.
what?
What'd
Did you say have I been working out?
Who? Me?
No. Does you have anything concrete that's happening with Joe? You've been talking to him for quite a while. Do you
Yeah.
have anything that,
Mark Wahlberg's company,
Do I have anything what?
they want to do a documentary on Joe.
Awesome.
Oh,
We
that'd be
haven't
perfect.
figured out the money yet. Mark Wahlberg's company, unrealistic ideas, but you know these people.
Don't worry about it, Nikki. Nikki, don't worry about nothing.
Don't
We'll take
worry.
care of it.
We're gonna get it made. Before I die, we're gonna get it made.
Ronnie, what were you? What did Ron want? Ron asked me a question. What was the question, Ron?
I forgot, I'm old too.
Well, no. Well, Joe Pavitone is a pop cultural icon. I mean, he's been named numerous times in episodes. and
Excuse me. What do you know?
I know a lot. I know a lot.
Kid,
And listen, I'm glad she was on because I have a lot of fun with her.
have you read his book? Go
Huh?
read his book. Did you read his book?
Not all of it. Not all of it.
Oh,
but
go read the
I read
book.
another book. I read another book. I read,
No.
God forbid you read
Go
that
the
book.
right book.
huh?
No,
I
she
read
can't
another
read that book.
Why not?
Little baby.
The man's book.
I can handle
A
it.
man's book?
I can handle it.
Nikki said it's a man's book. Hey, Nick,
Yeah,
I mean, say he's gonna beat you up too.
that's all right.
I'll help.
It's not a man's book.
No, I can handle it.
Matter of fact, there's more women in that book than men.
Plenty of women in it, but you know what I mean. It's from a man's point of view.
I know,
and,
Nikki, I know.
And was that supposed to mean?
I know, Nick.
That's what it means. From our point of view.
You should have gone into his bar in Chicago.
know what
It's
I
like the
wish?
Baby Studio
You know what I
54.
wish? I wish right now that I could meet all of you people in person.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna meet in the Bronx
All right?
or in
Have a
Jersey.
nice dinner together when Nikki's in town.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I'll
You
come.
think
And when
Play
Nikki's
baseball?
in town,
I will come.
when Nikki's in town and the Jewish boys pays.
That's okay. You don't have to worry. I got a lot of guilt. You don't have to worry.
I know
still
you
got
do.
shekels.
I know you do.
I still got my bar
You know what
mitzvah
we're gonna
money.
do? No, you
I
know
still
what
got
we're
my
gonna
bar
do?
mitzvah money, huh?
You're
No,
gonna bump
once-
money, Joe.
This is what
Hey,
we're gonna
hey,
do.
Ronnie,
COVID-
Ronnie, you didn't know my
Yeah.
real name before Peppertone. It was Yutzla Pepperberg.
I cannot right now. I can't do this. So this is what we're gonna do. Once we can all gather safely, we're gonna meet in Brooklyn. We have Carmine's Pizzeria on Graham Avenue in Brooklyn.
Oh,
and you're-
yes, Carmine's.
And you're gonna be a guest on my
Yeah.
podcast. I have a podcast too with Chris Colabello, who's a
Well, I'd love to do it for you, honey. I'd love to do it.
I'm not a guest.
Huh?
I
You have an expense account? Am I
I
a
don't-
guest
it's-
too?
You're absolutely a guest. It's called Spaghetti and Baseballs. So we're gonna have
Oh,
Nick.
good. I like expense reports. You
Getting
know,
your
I mean, hey,
baseballs.
You expense everything. I like this.
See
Can we
what
Do
I
they,
do? You
do
guys-
they allow Jewish people in Carmine's?
Yes, absolutely. Except everyone. It's not just a man thing. Everyone.
Let me just say, let me say this again. I love Ron dearly, man. You know, that article and my family read it and this and that and how you praised me. And it was really, really nice, Ron. I want to thank you again for that.
Hey, I hate to tell you, but I really did mean it. And I meant every word about it. And, you know, I mean, you deserve everything. I mean, you helped the game of baseball. And, you know, like you said before, how they play baseball now is not the real game of baseball. When you and I played, and Nick would tell you, and Governor Patterson would tell you, the real baseball was when you sliding in second base, breaking up a double play, when you get drilled, when somebody hits a home run in front of you, you might get drilled, but that's part of baseball. And then, you start cussing people out. Nowadays, they'll kiss you for getting a base hit. And now what they do is they get a base hit, and it's a big deal to them. They'll throw that bat 25 feet up in the air.
You know
You don't
what,
know who
Ronnie?
it's going to hit.
You
Yeah.
you had to try what I did. You tried batting behind Mantle and see how many pitches you're gonna
Oh.
get thrown at you.
Oh,
Listen, before
Oh.
something, I wanted to just say something, if you don't mind, to my son, all right? BJ
absolutely.
and Katie and Billy, I love you. They're all my friends. My family is my friends. Thank you.
Oh, we love it. We need more Joe Pepitone in our lives.
Oh, no.
Well, you better hurry
Hey,
up.
he
I don't have that
cooks
long
too.
to go.
Hurry up.
He cooks too. When
Last-
you tell him to go to Carmine's early, they'll pick him up and let him put his chef hat on and let him cook back there. You should do that. Governor
I actually-
Patterson would
You're
love
gonna
that.
do,
Hey,
on a
Ron.
serious note, you're
Governor
gonna
Patterson's going to take us to Sylvia's. You're going to
Yeah.
take us to Sylvia's in Jersey.
This guy's an original. The last of the Mohicans.
And my man, Nikki.
They don't make them
What
like
about
that.
Nikki?
They don't make them like
Look at
that
the things
no
that
more.
Nikki.
No.
Everything is watered down. Everything is
Hey,
mediocre.
gentlemen,
he keeps it
what
real.
about Nick
real deal.
Turturro? This,
The real
let me say
deal.
something.
Why?
Let me just say something. Nick Turturro, I watched, I swear, just by accident, I've watched him in more movies on TV, right? I seen him beat up guys, hug people, love people, and beat up guys again. I swear, no, I mean it. This kid's a great actor, and
Oh, yeah.
what was the cop show that you were on, Nick?
NYPD Blue.
On YPD, great. That was great.
Good show.
I really, Nick, excuse me, Nicky, I grew up with you.
Yeah, thank you, Joe. Thank you.
Everybody did.
Yeah.
I love him.
You would even receive
I
an
love you,
Emmy
Nick.
Award for that.
He's my friend. I love that he's my friend.
Yeah, and he
I love
Nick
you.
got an Emmy Award for his role in
Yeah.
NYPD Blue.
I mean, listen, you gotta
What's so
stop
good
looking to
about
the
this
side.
Zoom.
Hey, that was,
You gotta stop looking to the side.
96.
Like this.
He's making fun of me.
That girl keeps looking to the side. Look straight ahead. I'm talking to you.
Looking.
Get a word in with these guys.
Are you talking to me?
Yes, I'm talking to you.
I'm talking to
Get a
you.
word in with Joe. He's great, but you can't get away. It's a one-man show.
Joe and I are gonna do our own show, a live show in person.
Yeah, Gacaron, Gacaron. You got a yak.
Let me say, he wants to do a show. I swear to God, when I get never to work again.
Oh, we make that documentary, then you could talk, Joe, all right?
Yo, Nicky, anytime, man. You're my man, Nick. You know that.
The last.
you can
name
say
of the-
anything you
the
want
name
to
of the
on this
doc,
thing, no.
Ronnie. Hey, Ronnie,
Yeah.
you know what the name
Yeah.
of this? It's gonna be called The Last Supper.
Oh, I like
The
that.
last
I like
supper.
that.
Last Supper.
But don't let that be the Last Supper.
No, it won't
No,
be.
I don't
I'm
like
saying
that
it's
because
it's
That's the last.
no, I understand, but I
It's
mean.
the Last Supper, but it's a Last Supper, but put a feed bag over his head so he can keep on eating.
Oh, he's gonna eat all night.
Yeah, put a feed bag over his head. Now, down
Who's he
south,
talking- who are you
Joe, it's
talking
called
about?
spaghetti
Who's he talking
meatballs.
about? The thing went out again.
We're just talking. Spaghetti and meatballs. There you are.
No, spaghetti and
Nicholas,
baseball.
look at you.
Hey, look at that.
The cops.
Look
There
at
you
you.
go,
Look how
Nick.
young you're looking. Look at you. You are a sergeant too. Look at
How
this.
you get the pig?
Yeah. Renzulli. Sergeant Renzulli, yeah.
No, back home down in Georgia, we call it spaghetti and meatballs.
Oh, that's
And,
right.
that's that. Hey, Irene, we call it spaghetti and meatballs. What do y'all call that? You don't call it like pasta sauce. We get the.
How about
regular
matzahs?
Pasta sauce. You call it.
How about
what do you
matzahs and
call it?
sausage?
Oh, yeah, sausage
So
sounds
Joe,
good.
being an Italian, do you call it sauce or gravy?
Yeah.
Massage.
Do you
Oh,
call it
my-
sauce or
what?
gravy? You call it
I-
sauce or gravy? Sunday sauce.
Wait a minute, what is it?
She asked a
Sauce?
question.
I mean, what do you make sauce, of course,
I'm
sauce.
just asking. I'm just asking.
But you know what?
Well,
But
I don't know that
in
gravy
my
stuff.
family, my aunt called it gravy, my mother
That
called
was
it
a
sauce.
difficult question.
I
It
know,
is-
Irene.
You don't understand.
Why would you
how
ask a
that
question like that?
No, because
Why would you ask a question like
some
that?
of these Italians call it gravy.
Nikki,
Why?
It's
no,
for the
it's
bird.
sauce.
Sauce, right?
Sauce. Yeah, sauce.
Gravy is what you put
I
on
make
the
a
mashed
great
potatoes.
Wait, Joe. I
Yeah,
make a
mashed
great-
Gravy is
potatoes
mashed
and turkeys,
potatoes.
and you can't-
Joe, do you make your
you
own
get
red sauce?
candy
Excuse me?
yams, spinach, and you
You
get,
make your own red sauce, Joe?
No, tonight I'm eating matzo balls and
No, but
yaknish.
Joe, do you make your own red sauce?
ooh, what kind of matzo
Are you
balls? That
listening?
sounds good.
Joe,
I
listen,
don't know.
Joe, do you make your own red sauce?
Of course.
How do you make it?
How do I make it? Come on, Nikki.
I
How
want
to
to know
make
how you
it?
make it.
I like pork. I like this. I get a nice chunk of beef, a nice chunk of pork. I put it under the oil, a lot of garlic. That's it. I put my tomatoes in, but then there's all kinds of sauces I make. I make a lot of sauce. I make a good sauce, I make a bad sauce, and I make a scondili sauce.
Hey, it's good deal. All right. Yeah, you got the ball. You got the
No,
ball.
Nikki, come on. I love it, man. I make
I'm
great
only
sauce.
kidding, Joe. I'm only kidding.
No, what do you mean you're kidding me?
We're having fun here. We're
You're
having
too
fun
busy.
here.
Nikki,
What?
I don't work. All I got to do is make sauce.
No, I mean, listen, I make a great sauce. Nikki red sauce is great. I make it great.
Oh, what kind of meatballs you make? Nick, what
Let
kind of
me ask you a
meatballs
question.
Make
Well,
a
we have to
meatball
ask.
with,
Oh, we have another. We
Let
have
me ask you a question. Who's signing the check for this?
Here. Where do you stand on all this?
ground pork and ground meat.
Okay, when I go in the city, I
No,
always ask,
wait a
I
minute.
want meatballs,
Hey,
and I
hey,
want
Ron.
spaghetti, and it's veal. It's always like the meatballs are veal. I don't
You
want
gotta
that. I
veal
want the
and
real
meatball.
big.
What do you
Just like
know?
matzo balls.
We
Hey,
have.
Nick,
Oh,
No,
Nikki.
matzo ball. What?
Nick, look. I want everybody to look at Nick. This is Hollywood. I'll show you why I say Hollywood.
What?
Look at his collar. It's pulled up. All those people wear their collars pulled up. And they wear their coats pulled up.
You see the shirt
Like
I'm wearing?
this. Look.
Look, I got the
Bahama
Sandlot
Breeze.
shirt. That's the
Oh,
Sandlot.
great.
Yeah.
Hey, turn
How's
around.
that?
Hey,
Poor Governor Patterson has been just
Hey,
listening
forget
to this
about it.
craziness
Oh.
over here.
it's 80 degrees out in California where
This
you
is my
are.
helmet from
listen,
1973.
When does the show start?
1973.
I just
Look at
wanted,
this.
I just wanted to
This
tell
is my
Joe.
helmet from 1973. I went to the first Yankee game.
Look at that.
I went to my first Yankee game in
Look
1983.
at Nikki.
In 83.
The dollar
Governor
fifty.
Patterson,
Manny-
have you ever
Hey,
been to a
listen, we're
Yankee
going
game before?
overtime.
Manny
Forever
said-
what?
Governor Patterson,
Just so you
he's
have
a
a
Met
hobby.
fan. I don't know if he's been to the
Oh, he's a
stadium.
Met
Have you
fan?
been to the
Listen.
new stadium at all?
He's a-
Is
Oh,
this an
Ron.
all-night show?
Ron,
Yeah.
I hold the
I gotta
record.
I gotta go to the stove and cook my sauce.
Are we invited?
Yeah. How long is it gonna take you to get here?
Where, in Jersey?
Where are you?
Well, right now I'm in Connecticut, but I can be in Jersey in 40.
Oh, I thought you were in California somewhere.
No. I'm
No,
in
that's
Connecticut.
Nick. Nick's the only California.
Oh, you're right
guy we
here?
got.
Yeah, I'm local.
I don't know.
The governor is a Met fan?
Yeah, he's a major Met fan.
Okay.
Nikki, I like
Yeah,
that
all
shirt.
right.
Nikki. I like that shirt. Yeah.
But
Nick,
like,
you almost Nick,
Is that-
Nick, you almost said that like, oh, that's too
Hey,
bad.
listen,
Joe, you want
listen,
one?
it's what time? It's 9. Oh, shit, what now?
Joe, it's a Sandlot shirt.
No, it's a great shirt.
Yeah, but Joe, do you want
Hold
one?
on.
how did you get that
One
hat
minute,
to
one
fit so
minute.
well?
I find
What did
these
you?
things.
What player? How did you get that hat?
What, the helmet?
Yeah.
I bought it at Manny's baseball land. Across the street, it was $1.50.
21940.
I used to collect
You
helmets.
working?
Hey, that fits real well. We got to get you a brand new hat. We got. You know what? If Joe, if something's at the stadium, this
I
year,
can't
we'll
see
get you a
anybody.
real, Yankee hat. A real. So if you ever play stickball, if you ever get beamed in California, it won't
Yeah.
break your helmet.
Well, speaking of stickball, well, not stickball really, but
They did
Joe,
some
you played
commercials in
softball
96.
for a while.
They
Didn't
gave
you
me
not-
Buck
Right.
Solo this jacket.
Can I say something?
Yeah. Okay. Wait.
It's 9 o'clock, past my bedtime.
You
Are
like
you
you
gonna
get?
leave us? It's actually 8:54.
I'm not as young as the rest of you people.
He gets an early bird special and he falls asleep.
Mets fan.
No, not that. I gotta go out on the town. I'm going to Copacabana.
You're going to the Copa?
Yankee jacket on.
But it's really nice talking to you guys. I really enjoyed this.
Oh, are you?
That's
Oh, you're
great.
really leaving?
Make sure Ron sends the check in the mail.
It's checks in the mail. The check's in the mail. Hey, Joe, no, it really,
All right,
if you
well,
gotta
then-
go, you go.
Wait a second.
But let me tell you something.
Put my Yankee jacket on. All right. Here.
Okay, what,
There you go, Nikki.
okay, nice
Put on his
jacket.
Yankee
You look
uniform.
good.
Fresh jacket.
You're preppy.
You like that?
That looks
jacket?
good, Nick.
You go New
You like
York.
that
You
jacket?
look good.
That's
Yeah.
a
Good,
jacket,
Nicky.
ain't it?
You look good. You could walk down in Brooklyn. You will not get shot.
I
You
wear
can
this
walk in
shit down
Brooklyn.
here.
You can walk in Brooklyn. You're okay.
I'm
You're
all right.
okay.
Hey, Nikki,
Yeah.
don't pay too much attention to Ron.
I don't. Ronnie's a good guy, but he doesn't really say anything. He's a good guy, but I love him.
No. You know what? This is, I've been doing this for 8 months.
I have
This has
affection
been
because
so much fun.
73, that's when Ronnie was the DH and I became a Yankee fan. So,
73. Yeah,
you know,
73.
First DH ever.
Yeah, and I screwed
There's
up
a
the
book
game of
on it.
baseball,
Right.
and I never thought that, I never thought that baseball,
They're getting out of hand here, honey.
it's
They're
48
getting out of hand
years
now.
later,
I know.
and
what's
they
going
don't have
on,
a
Joe? Tell us
universal
it's not
DH.
disease.
They don't have the
Ronnie-
universal DH.
What time does this show get over?
Whatever you
No,
want to
we-
be over, Joe.
Go to sleep. Just
Huh?
close your eyes. You're okay.
No, go to sleep. You look wonderful, Joe.
Yeah, do I look right?
Joe, if you have to
My
go,
nose
go,
still,
go,
my
go,
nose is
go.
bent lately.
I don't know. You look great.
Hey, that's
No.
me. How's
Handsome.
this?
You're still handsome, Joe. ain't you?
No, Joe.
Oh, this thing keeps going on. Oh, look at that picture.
Natalie, you look nice.
Oh, Ron.
God, you're a baby then.
Look how nice you
baby
look.
now.
that was last year, 2 years
Ronnie.
I
ago.
like your hair. I
You're
like
a
your hair
baby
like that.
now.
Hey, Ron,
Yeah.
you hate that new Yankee Stadium?
You know what? I hate how they hit because the ball just jumps out of there. If you hit the ball to right field, it's a home run. It's not the
It's the
real game.
baseball. It's the baseball today.
Yeah.
The baseball.
No. They're
it's so
making the
tight.
baseball a deader. That's what they
Like a
said. But
golf
still, in
ball.
Yankee Stadium, you're still gonna get 10,000 home runs hit in Yankee Stadium. I mean, you know what they did last year
gonna say
when they
goodnight
hit
to these
home runs?
people.
When they went out on the field, they got baseballs, and you know how those little manicures out on on the chairs and stuff. They took the balls and they used to throw the balls at the people in the chairs, and they used to bet, see how many they used to hit. No, it's changed an awful lot.
They
It's
ruined that ballpark. They ruined
Listen,
it.
Hey, Nikki.
Deck don't
became a
have-
museum.
I
Hey, Nick.
agree. I miss the old stadium.
Ronnie, it's cold.
Everybody's
Yeah,
talking
it's not
now.
like
Hey,
Yankee
Nick.
Stadium.
What, Joe?
I want to say goodnight to everybody.
All right. Good
All
night,
right,
Joe.
Nikki, and I'll talk to you, right, Nick?
I'll talk to you soon, Joe.
Nikki, we'll
Good
talk
night, Joe.
soon.
Thank you so much. It's
Irene.
been
Thank you,
wonderful.
Joe.
Bye-bye, sweetheart.
I love you,
Thank
big guy.
Mary.
Hey.
All right, Ronnie, thank you.
I love you, big guy. Be safe, big guy.
All right.
I'm looking forward to seeing you real soon.
Thank you,
love
everybody,
you.
for me, all right?
I love
Thank
you,
you
Joe.
so much,
Irene,
Joe.
thank you.
Thanks for
Love
having
you.
me.
Love
Bye-bye.
you.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
Love
Thank
you.
you, thank
Love
you.
you.
Hey, love you, big guy.
Let me tell you something. You couldn't find, people don't realize, he was the funniest guy I think that I have ever seen in the game of baseball. He was so much fun to play. I don't know if he could hear it or not, but he was so much fun to be able to just to watch, and his demeanor. It was just incredible. He was wonderful. Are you going to go? Are you leaving, Nick?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave, Ronnie.
Okay, Nick, I love you, big guy.
Love you, big
Hey,
guy.
call me up once in a while.
I was sick, Ronnie, for a month.
You okay? You had the virus?
Yeah,
Are you okay?
I'm coming back, but I'm having a lot of post stress things.
Are you really? I hope you're okay, big guy.
Yeah,
Did you get your
stay
shot
safe.
yet?
I'm alive. I'm alive.
Did you get your shot?
Not yet. I just been getting better first.
Oh, so you're not allowed to have your shot yet.
They make
So
you
you've
wait.
been out really
No.
for about a month then, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I hope you're better, big guy. If you need
Thanks.
anything, hey, we love you. If you need anything, do not hesitate to call.
Oh,
And
thank
anything we could do for you, Nick, anything we could do for you and your family, just let us know, okay?
Thank you
We're
very much.
family now. We're
Love you.
family. We're
Nick, that was
Yankee people.
awesome. Thank
We're
you.
family. We're family. We love you, Nick. We love you, big guy.
Thank you very much.
Feel better.
I will. I'm
Feel
trying.
better, big guy. Love you. Love you.
Right, Kyle.
Love you. But it's, I mean, once you've been a Yankee fan your whole life, it's fun to, when you wear that Yankee pinstripes and, Governor Patterson, and I know, you've been up in New York and, with the Yankees and the Mets and, being a Met fan, that's fine. But, when you put that Yankee pinstripes on and even, with the New York, with the Mets now, with Steve Cohen buying the team, it might be a big change with the Mets. I mean, they're coming around and it'd be great if we could get into Subway Series again. That would be fabulous. With all this bad stuff that's happened to us for the last year and a half and get a Subway Series, that would be great.
When they had the Subway Series in 2000, Ron, my best friend Joe Haslip, who was a big Yankee fan, he and I had a bet, and the bet was that the loser had to wear the uniform of the winner's team, and we would go to all these bars together. So I went to like 6 bars one night with the Yankee uniform on, and people hugging me, and they never know. They would never know the agony of that evening.
The only
Oh, it was
thing
the best
that-
night of your life.
let me tell you something. When we played, the only thing that we played, because we didn't have the interleague games when we were playing, okay? We had the Mayor's Trophy game when we had the Yankee Mets. If you want to talk about so much fun, and we used to bus it over from the stadium over to Shea and people from Shea to go to Yankee Stadium. That stadium was just rocking. That was just, because that was the only time that we ever played against them.
Right.
And it was so much fun. It was wonderful. That was the best. That was the best of the best. Steinbrenner was always ticked when we used to lose to the Mets. If we lost to the Mets, he would destroy us the next day. And that's how it was. I mean,
that was what was so interesting because the Yankees had won the World Series in 96, 98, and 99. But when they played the Mets in 2000, if they had lost that series, that would have been a major embarrassment for the boss.
oh yeah.
There was really more pressure on the Yankees than the Mets, because the Mets play in the World Series probably as often as Halley's Comet comes by. And so that doesn't happen. By the way, Ron, I was born on Grand Avenue in Brooklyn. So where is Carmine's? My address was
345, 345 Graham Avenue.
358 Graham Avenue,
Oh, sorry,
Metropolitan.
358 Graham Avenue, Carmine and Sons Restaurant.
Wow.
You and Mary got to meet us there. Well,
Yes.
once this thing opens up and, I'm in Atlanta and everybody else is different places and stuff. Once it opens up, we'll meet over there. It's a wonderful restaurant. Carmine really does it really well. And it's a beautiful restaurant. It really is. The food and the pizzas and the lasagnas. And I mean, you ask Garrido and ask Lenny. Lenny gets a pizza without the crust. He gets just the toppings on it. But it's excellent. The food is excellent there. And there's another place. It's Mario's. And
Talk about Mario. Don't talk about Mario.
Well, but the pizza is.
It's for sale.
It is for sale. But anyway, it's a great restaurant in Hoboken. He used to be in Yankee fantasy camp. That's all I
have a
know.
question I just want to hear you answer.
Yeah.
What would happen if on our program one night we brought back Joe Pepitone and Mickey Rivers? The rest of us would just sit and watch through the whole program.
It'd be the funniest thing in the world. Let me tell you something. The biggest, the three guys are the funniest guys in the game of baseball. There's Joe Pepitone, Mickey Rivers, and the late Oscar Gamble. If you want to talk about the three, I don't know if you knew Oscar. Have you ever met him?
No, I never met him.
He was the
18 or
funniest.
19, and he came up with the Chicago Cubs, right?
And his afro was like 12 feet long and stuff. And let me tell you something. They're my two brothers, Mickey and Oscar. They're probably other than Thurman, but Mickey and Oscar was probably two of my closest people on the team. They're wonderful. I mean, they're the funniest people. They would have you crying. You should go to Yankee fantasy camp when you have both of those guys. You get on the bus, you have no idea where you are. You sound like you're in Santa Monica or someplace like that. I mean,
Oh, I think that's our wrap up. Speaking of wonderful people, we had amazing people on tonight.
Thank
We
you.
want to thank again Lisa Diane for helping us out with Joe Pepitone, Governor Patterson for joining us, and of course Nick Takuro. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you follow Ron Blomberg on Facebook, rewatch our video, leave us comments, and look out for the next episode next Tuesday.
Lisa, thanks for bringing Joe on. Mary and Gov, thank y'all very much. David, thank you very much. Thanks for being part of this. Joe Garrido and Lenny, thank you very much. And Natalie, it's wonderful to see you again. You are the best. I love you to death.
I love you. Thank you so much for always having me on. It's been fun. It's been good.
I love y'all to death.
Good night, Natalie.
Governor,
Good night, y'all.
I'll see you on
Have your
Friday.
spaghetti and
I'll see you
meatballs.
Friday,
Love
Joe.
y'all.
Oh, that was great.
Well, this is the only safe place I can talk to other people right now. I'm literally not only I am hiding in my apartment from all the media, and I bet you can't guess why.
I wonder. No comment.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Oh man.
Oh, boy.
Wow, what a
That
show.
That was entertaining.
That was a great
great.
show.
I got yelled at by Joe for
Listen, Natalie, you held your own. So you know what?
I feel bad because every time you were looking down, I think you were looking at my texts.
Well, that too. Well, no, your texts are to the side over here,
Wow.
and then I'm
Looking at your notes.
I'm looking at my notes.
Next week, we got another good show. We're going to talk about the 78 Yankees with Mike Heath, who was the backup catcher to Thurman Munson on that team.
Oh,
Ron
nice.
is also promising to get us another player from that team. I threw
wow.
a few names out to him. Hopefully the big guy can come up with them. I don't see why not. And we're also going to be joined by noted actor and chef, Joseph Ganascoli, who played Vito Spatafora on The Sopranos.
Oh, that's
Nice.
amazing.
It'd be a lot of fun. I know Ron likes to talk about food, and Joe is a big food guy. I think
Yeah.
he's a private chef, and he's a big Yankee fan. So
That works.
a lot of fun.
No, you guys do an incredible job. It's really an honor to work with you guys on this, and you guys are killing it. Let me tell you.
Thank you. But we're very underappreciated by our employer.
Natalie, you made
I'll
this show
talk to Ron.
possible too. So you know what?
You don't have to talk to
We
me.
got to take our hats off to
Probably
you.
going to ring any second now. And
No, tonight was great. I mean, I honestly, I just wanted to listen to the stories. I mean, I had a little bit more, but it you know,
We lost control 2 seconds into it.
we did lose control. I wanted to hear more about the hair and his toupees. He has a gamer. Did anyone know about that?
all right, guys. Thanks so much. And Natalie will talk. Joe, I'll talk to
Yes.
you. We talk constantly. And, you know, we appreciate having you because you do, you know, even though you're looking at your notes, we know you do a lot of research, which was like really lacking with our
No,
your co-host.
but then it makes it real and genuine. I look at my notes.
No, I know you.
No,
Joe
but you know
Pepitone
what?
was great.
Let me say something. It comes out natural for you. So you know what? You're a quick read because you're looking at these notes and you automatically come up with something. So listen, kudos.
I
You're
try. It's
actually
all
very
about
good at this.
listening. It's all about listening, and the guests make it easy. You guys make it easy. So it's just a lot of fun. A lot of fun. So
Thanks
Hey,
again.
hopefully Joe Pepitone will join you and Chris and
I'm spaghetti and baseballs. We'll see.
yeah.
I got to talk to Carmine. try to see if, he's willing to, for this free advertising. He better be coming up with some free food.
I know. I mean, I don't think there's been a show that we haven't mentioned his restaurant.
No,
So
there has- yeah. I mean, and Mario's was kind of like a joke, but actually it was in the newspapers the other day because Mario was like a Hoboken institution.
right
Mm.
now.
He put up the business for sale. I don't know if you saw that or not.
Yes, I did. I did.
Okay, yeah. So, I mean, there was no, I mean, you could talk about
I
it,
mean,
but
if I had some extra cash, I would buy it because I also get 10 days in his house in Italy. So,
for 10 years, I think.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It was for 10 years.
So, I mean,
Yeah,
I'll
well,
see what I
exactly.
can do.
Whatever. I'm sure the real estate there is very valuable. Yeah, whatever. And he has a good business. So, Mario Albunia.
Albuni, I think. Albuni,
Albunia.
yes.
If you're out there, we love you, big guy.
Yes.
Exactly. So, I guess everyone tune in next week. Ron Blomberg, 8 p.m. Eastern, Facebook.
Thank you. Twitter and you.